is a Volkswagen Golf. It's very practical, and for many years it has been the benchmark in the compact car segment. But in this case, practicality is not the key issue, because this Golf has performance almost like Mercedes A45 AMG. It's a devil in Golf skin.
This is a Golf R, the successor to Golf R32. Mk7 Golf in R spec goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.9 seconds. It has all-wheel drive as standard, and you can completely turn off stability control.
It's like taking a Golf GTI and covering it in Tabasco sauce because it lacked a distinct taste.
I'll spare you the walk around. Instead, let's see if this thing has got launch control.
It does. If you want to impress your mates, Golf R should beat E46 M3 from the lights. It's a machine gun where gear shifts are like bullets fired at the target. Ooh, I can corner with speeds which in some countries can land me in jail. Ho, ho, ho.
In race mode, Golf R sounds good not only from the outside, but the sound is also amplified inside. Unfortunately, there is problem with vibration. I encountered a similar issue in Skoda VRS, but over there, vibration was somewhere on the right side of the cockpit, and here it's coming from the left A-pillar.
The brakes are excellent, and the ESC keeps the car safe. Although in race mode, ESC does allow a fair bit of slip. As the front wheels start losing grip, in a split second rear wheels are engaged. In some situations this allows for the tail to come out just a bit, especially on loose surfaces or if you're doing high speeds. So on loose surface, Golf R should even drift. But a couple of times I encountered a situation in which DSG, working in sort of manual mode, downshifted in mid-corners. The speed was relatively low and the tarmac was dry, so balance of the car was not upset. But I imagine if the tarmac were wet, so would be my trousers. And Golf R does encourage fast driving. At first, it looks very tame, like a sleeper, but street racers quickly notice what it is and start showing off. And what are you supposed to do then, right?
This is why achieving combined fuel economy figure of 7 liters per 100 kilometers is very difficult. On the other hand, 9 to 10 liters per 100 kilometers is not bad for a 300 horsepower car. Speaking of which, the engine is a 2-liter TSI. That's why this Golf is just called R. R32 had a 3.2-liter V6, but Golf R is not only more powerful from its 6-cylinder predecessor, it also has higher torque. 380 Newton meters, available from 1800 all the way up to 5,500 RPM. This is what it looks like.
This test example comes with dynamic chassis control. So 1 minute Golf R is an automatic weapon, and the next you just press the mode button, go into comfort or eco, and it's a relatively comfortable city hatchback. In eco mode, the car still has enough grunt to stay ahead of traffic, but it's not so aggressive or loud.
All this sounds like the best car in the world. With prices starting below 40,000 euro for a 3-door manual, Golf R is almost a bargain. Better yet, there is also an estate version. So, what's wrong?
Golf R is too good for its own sake, and for your sake as well. Let's face it, you're not buying a 300 horsepower hot hatch to drive it to the shops. You want to hoon around in it, probably more often than not. But before you take a series of corners with 3 times the speed limit, first learn to drive it. Find out where the limits are. Feel the Golf R. Learn to understand it. But that's not all. At the beginning I compared the Golf R to a machine gun, fast and precise. But I could just as well compare it to a class overachiever who even scores well in PE. He'll do a backflip while solving a maths problem. You hate this sod.
As you'd expect, Golf R remains a practical car even if the boot is a couple of dozen liters smaller due to the spare wheel. There are hooks, mounts, holders, cubbies, everything I need. The seats are comfortable and they offer good lateral support, but the interior, despite carbon-like elements, is as functional as it is dull. Extra kit on this car includes black 18-inch alloys, driver aids, leather upholstery, sat-nav and a 400-watt audio system. All this will set you back around 50 grand.
But with all this horsepower race, aren't we forgetting about driving fun? I prefer a car which challenges me at lower speeds because I learn to control it and respect it. I'm afraid for many drivers, Golf R will set the bar too high.
And how about you? Do you prefer power and driver aids or just driving technique? Let me know in the comments below. Share, rate and subscribe, and if you like what I do, feel free to drop me a buck. You'll find my Patreon and PayPal links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.